something had died.
Why didn't you report this?
It was gross.
That's called a dead body, Ashley.
Felt like we had committed a murder. We threw those clothes away.
No thanks. No.
Today is whatever Wednesday. We're going to be talking about just like a random crazy story that like I feel like only I would get myself into and no one else would maybe do this.
It's just like I can't even explain, but it's like it wasn't worth what you went through for this thing.
I know.
I mean, she's going to explain it. This is like an
Yeah.
only Ashley type thing.
But in my
No.
defense, I feel like I didn't know how much work would go into it when it first happened. So I'll explain the story.
Anyone that hears this is going to be like, why didn't you report this as a crime?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just
Okay,
go
all
through
right,
it because like
So me and my boyfriend at the time were on a walk with our dogs. Like we walk our dogs every night. We were walking our usual route in our neighborhood, and all of a sudden one day there was like this freezer in the middle of the road, like just right in the middle of the road. And we looked at it and I was like, that looks like a nice deep freezer. And he goes, yeah, it does look nice. Those things are actually like $3,000 because it's a commercial freezer. And I was like, do you think someone stole it? Or like, what do you think happened? So we went over to investigate it because we were like, if this is in good condition, we should take it. And so we looked, and the only thing that was broken was like a wheel. And it wasn't moving like smoothly, right? It was just kind of creaky and a little bit jammed, but it wasn't anything crazy. I even opened it because I was like, well, I want to see what's in here. And it didn't smell at all, but there was like stuff in there. So I was like, oh, okay. It's just like maybe some frozen food. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, we should like just do our walk. And then if it's still there, we'll come back and get it.
when you first found it, was it cold?
When we first found it, it wasn't cold. It was like just, I don't know. You'll see why it didn't smell at first. I can't remember exactly the timeline. So anyway, eventually we just grabbed the thing because we were like, oh, it's a nice freezer. We could use it. We take it back to the house and we bring it around the back. It's like probably 8:30 p.m., which is whenever you do things at night, I just feel like it's more sketchy. Like I didn't feel like I was committing a crime until we opened it up again and we saw that there was like frozen vegetables and like frozen food. And, we felt the packet and the frozen vegetables were kind of like the box was wet. You know how it gets because it like melted and everything and it was warm. So we threw all the frozen vegetables away. And then there was this really bad smell. And it was like so strong, like something had died in there because it did.
Exactly.
So we were like, all right, before we go any further, we need to go get gloves and like bleach and all this stuff. And this was just not what we were expecting for the night. I thought it was just going to be a clean, like, let's throw everything away and we have ourselves a nice little freezer. We get gloves and everything. And as we're pulling this stuff out, it's like bags of meat. And it's not labeled. There's no like packaging. It's just grocery bags that are tied of meat, like decaying.
That's called a dead body, Ashley.
Like decaying, raw, disgusting meat. And you could smell it. And we were like, oh my God. So we went inside and got masks because at this point, I don't know how our neighbors didn't like call the cops and report like, hey, it smells like dead over there. Because
like our neighbors are serial killers.
like seriously though, and then like halfway through throwing this away, I tell him, I'm like, none of these are labeled. Like, and we are all gowned up at this point because it stinks. We're like splashing stuff all over our clothes. Oh. We threw those clothes away. It was gross. So yeah, like we have on the masks and everything. And I tell him halfway through, I'm like, I feel like we're committing a crime right now. Like it is, yes. This is really bad. I didn't expect it. But at that point, we're halfway through. It's like, are we really going to just let this sit any longer? So we threw all the bags in the garbage, immediately rolled the garbage out. So it's like not in our backyard anymore. And then we start pouring a bunch of bleach in there, which was probably also not the right thing to do, because now on top of the decaying meat, you also smell bleach. So now it really seems like we're trying to cover up a crime.
Right.
And I am so surprised that we got no phone calls, because it was so bad. Like I said, we had to wear a mask, like double up these masks, and it was
when
bad.
you put it out on the road, how did it not smell out of your garbage can?
I don't know. I mean, garbage day was the next morning.
But
Luckily,
still, I'm surprised the garbage men weren't like, guys, there's something dead here.
well, because it's like the electric thing, so they don't even have to get out. It goes.
Yeah. Right.
Like, so they probably didn't even smell it. After all of that, it was probably like 10 p.m. at this point. So it took us like 2 hours to clean up this whole mess and scrub it, and it still smelled. Even the bleach couldn't like block the smell. And we walked back in the house, like doing the walk of shame. We were like, what did we just do? Like, we felt like we had committed a murder.
It kind of feels like you were covering up someone's crime.
Yeah, exactly. It did feel like that, because, and honestly, like going back, maybe we should have reported it, but it was like mixed in with stuff, because there was like some packages that were labeled like, what is that brand, like Hormel and whatever.
Hormel.
Like there, yeah, like there was a package of that with like ham, so like some of it was labeled, but there were some that was like not labeled, in bags, and like Ziploc bags and regular grocery bags.
But that's
tied
the thing.
up,
You just said it was like in grocery bags. Like,
I
people don't
know,
just store
I know.
meat in grocery bags.
Well, looking back now and watching Dexter, I probably would have been like, wow, we should maybe like report this. It's probably nothing, but like, stay weird, like how everyone says.
Yes. That seriously sounds like you just, like, a serial killer just got away with murder, literally. Like, it probably fell off the back of his truck, and he's like, oh, now what do I do? Then you guys go get it and then clean up his mess. You clean up his crime scene. And he's like, whoa.
It definitely felt like that. Yeah, we did the walk of shame back inside. We like did this with our gloves, like pulled it so we didn't have to touch them, so they're like inside out. And
you threw away your clothes.
We threw away the clothes in the outside garbage with everything.
You went to the nearest river and threw your clothes in there, and you
yeah, exactly. Burned the garbage can.
Right.
I mean, we kept it for a while, never used it, and eventually we just gave it away to the landscaper to get a discount on the backyard.
So now now it's the landscaper's problem.
Yeah,
the murder that was laying in that freezer is now someone else's problem. No,
yeah,
thanks.
so
no.
I feel like that's just a story that would only happen to me, and I have.
It's
a lot
because
of
you
those.
do stuff. You literally picked up like a wolf in Arizona, and you're like, oh, look at this stray dog, and she like lures a wolf into her car.
In my defense, once again, because I feel like I'm always having to defend myself, it sounds a lot worse than it is. I was on my way to CrossFit, and it was 4:30 in the morning, so it's dark still, and I'm going down this
wolf.
No, I'm going down this really busy road, and all of a sudden I see this white dog in the middle of the road, and cars are going around it and like honking, and I'm like, oh my God, someone's gonna hit it. So my immediate instinct is to save this animal, and I pull up like in the middle right in front of everybody, put my flashers on, my brights, so everyone can see me, and I hop out, and this thing is just like not even on its hind legs, just standing like to the bottom of my chest. That tall.
It was massive.
It was like 3.5 foot, like just
not
it was crazy.
Standing
it was
on its
huge.
back paws, like
like just a normal stance for a dog. And
it was probably
I
like
jump out,
double the size of like a husky.
Yeah, and I jumped out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this might actually be a wolf. Like that's when I realized. But it came up to me, and it was like wagging its tail, it was so happy, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
So I threw it in the back of my car, and then I went home and just like monitored it all day and like tried to find the owner. And eventually we did find the owner, and we found out that it is 2% wolf. So its canines were massive. And I even went and like got to see if it was chipped or anything like that. Honestly, I really did think I just picked up a random wolf. Like,
when you sent us the
huge.
pictures, Adam's like, that's a wolf.
No. I'm like, oh, guys, look at this cute little dog I found. It's like but its paw was as big as my palm. It was huge.
So when we say on the podcast that's totally an Ashley thing, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
yeah.
no one else. I would have never picked up a freezer on the side of the road. I may have helped the dog out, but it's like these things that you do are like, no, you just walk away, Ashley.
I can't.
Just walk away.
It's my instinct.
I know.
Yeah. Some whatever Wednesdays, if we say like, okay, it's an Ash moment Wednesday, that's what we mean. It's like only what I would do.
Right. Ash moment Wednesdays. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because Ash Wednesday also. Hey.
Oh.
I mean, we're not like that religion, but that's cool.
No, but everyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
Just
know,
off the
pretty
cuff.
creative sometimes. Yeah, off the cuff. Because that's the things we say here.
Yeah, all the time. Every day.
Anyway, so that was my story.
Good story. I never in a million years would have done that, especially like you're saying after watching Dexter. That just would never happen. And I don't understand why it didn't smell when you first found it and that it smelled after. That's why I was thinking it was cold maybe.
I think because we stirred up all the juices.
The meat, right. The meat needed time to like rot.
I think it was just because we took
body.
all the veggies off the top and then stirred up the juices. And like when that happened, it like started, I don't know. It was so gross. A cop is probably going to show up at my doorstep right now after this episode is released.
Accomplices.
I'm going to be arrested for concealing a murder or whatever that's called.
Especially when they hear that you burned your clothes. You know, that's kind of.
I didn't actually burn
#1.
my clothes, but I did throw them away because it smelled so bad. And I was like, there's no way the smell is coming off.
That's insane that like people talk about that at crime scenes and stuff that their clothes smell so bad they have to throw them away. And I don't even like know what that is. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like I've never experienced anything like that. Azaria has talked about it because she worked in she did an internship at a lab. And so she's talked about that smell before too. And remember they accidentally forgot like stuff in the cooler.
Oh yeah.
It smelled so bad that when Josh was cleaning it out, he threw up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of the same
how it
thing.
was.
But yeah, I've never experienced that smell before, so I can't even imagine. But people say it's like the worst.
So gross.
Mhm.
That was my first time experiencing that. And it was so strong. And we had it on the side right next to the garbage and we could still smell it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it was just us on our clothes, but it was carrying. And I don't know how we didn't catch a case that day.
Right. Just honestly, everything you're talking about just reminds me of a murderer.
But it was not my intention, just so we all know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Good story, Ash.
Thanks for
Good. What do we
joining
call
us
this?
on. Thanks
Good
for
Ash.
joining us on Ash Moments for whatever
Right.
Wednesday.
Yes.
We'll
Ash
see you
Wednesdays.
again. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see you again for Sunday Scaries.
Okay. See you guys then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.